live. LinkedIn is live. Everything looks good and is live. I like this. That means we're going live. I like this. All right, looks good. All right, so I'm just going to make sure that I get everything set up here as that you guys are watching me set these things up. And what's really awesome is when I get this entire system going and I do my video sources, 1 and 2, done. Second video is 4 seconds, done. And then switching is going. There it is. I like it. So that you guys are able to see everything that's setting up. Welcome, guys. This is Justin R. Harris. We are live right now with my platform going on with business investments right now. So what's really cool about this is I get to go real deep down and dirty. So that's what I like about this whole setup. Now, I've been sweating my butt off making sure that I could get some of the updated information over to you guys right now. I want to make sure that audio is off. Don't want any feedback, right? So exactly at the same time with getting some of this information, you guys already know what this is. Investments going nonstop. It's a lot to take in right now, what's happening with the housing market. Quite a few videos back, I spoke about there being no crash, not a crash. What are we talking about crash? There isn't a crash. Oh no, there's a crash. But it's not so much about what you think, right? It's really that there's such a big shift that a lot of people aren't paying attention. And that's really what we're going to dive into right now. And I don't want to get too crazy with it because there's been so much change back and forth. I mean, everything from the politics on re-identifying what a recession really is, paying attention to how those numbers switch back and forth. We're going to cover all of that. I'm going to give you some updates from Freddie Mac and tell you what they're talking about with the interest rates. I will cover over some interesting topics that were passed on by Redfin and then also by National Association of Realtors. I want to make sure that we get that stuff going. I don't want to miss a beat when it comes to that. And then at the same time, I got to tell you guys what's really going on. It's crazy right now. It doesn't make sense what's happening. I'm watching rates go back and forth. And then people are complaining about this and complaining about that when it comes to should I buy or should I sell? And really, you can't dictate that. You can't guess your way through. You know what I mean? It's almost like people just want to talk about it just to talk about it. I mean, I could just be your psychiatrist, your non-educated psychiatrist, and because that's not my skill set. And we could sit here and we could talk about it and we could just shoot the shit and you could be the complainer, right? Or I don't know, maybe we can go to some of the valid sources right now and actually cover real data. How about that? I don't know, call me crazy. I don't know. It's what I like to do is I like to just put out the real data that's out there. I don't want to give you that crazy false hope of information. Why would I do that? That's just crazy. The YouTube guy, you guys know what we're on. We're on YouTube, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook right now, all streaming at the exact same time. Maybe there's a delay somewhere. I don't know. I'm sure there is. You have no idea how hard it is to make it all go live at exactly the same time. I'm working with 2 different types of camera footage. We got the audio going, right? We're using this amazing YOLOBOX Pro. Got to tell you guys, when it comes to going live with high definition footage, audio, everything set up on multiple platforms, YOLOBOX Pro has really killed the game when it comes to that. That's not even what we're here to talk about. I just want to tell you guys about that. But what everyone knows, everyone knows who I am, Justin R. Harris. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and like and subscribe. Keep up as I modify and get better with these insane videos talking about if you're into finance, investments, business, real estate, those types of things. And I have on my other playlist, I do have this entire business series, if you will. And it is Just like every single day, it's like a daily, it's the daily golden nugget. It's called the Daily Drucker. It's amazing. You go to that, you can actually get the book in my description. You click the link in the book, and you can go and follow that and go and do all of that great stuff. But for this one today, what we're talking about is insane. I got my trusty notepad here because I didn't want to miss a beat. And you know, it's crazy. All right, so we do know that the housing market has slowed down, right? We know that it has significantly slowed down, right? Wow, it's like, whoa, what's happening right now? Okay, very, very sketchy. However, what's really going on is you're seeing the change simply because the feds have decided to raise the rates. They don't want to say that it's an actual recession that's going on, right? They want to call it a technical recession, okay? All right, we get it. You want to change the rules in the game so that it better suits you. All right, let's get past that. I get it. I think everyone else gets it right now, right? You're just going to say what you want to say. All right, let's get past that. Now, as a result of this, this has slowed the housing market, correct? So sellers are a little upset because they don't get that big list of buyers that are banging on their doors, waiting to buy their property and getting into this bidding war, giving up their firstborn and all that nonsense, right? Just so they can get your investment property or what have you. That's not happening now. Now, our sellers are getting a little bit more realistic and they understand, you know what, I need to price accordingly. And that's what's happening. They're getting closer to realistic pricing, right? And they're a little more competitive with each other now because they know that there isn't a laundry list of buyers simply because not as many buyers are qualifying, right? But now that has been the story for about a month now, month and a half, I want to say, because things have been changing pretty quickly lately. Now we're seeing rates turn back around again. The rates are coming back down again. It's crazy. I don't understand it. And I'm going to get into that a little bit because even Google has it a little screwed up right now. It's crazy. When I did my research over here, and I'm going to dig into that in a second, but, you know, I looked at it and I'm like, what are you guys doing? That number doesn't make sense. I just looked at it last week, right? So I'm going to come back and I'm going to do a comparison on that, but it's no secret that the rates are going up, right? We know what the feds are doing. They're doing their quantitative tightening, right? And so they move up their basis points, right? We see that they're selling off their securities. People are freaking out. There's a rally in the market right now. People think this is the turnaround. No, when I told you guys be ready for the sucker rally, don't get bought in. It's going to drop again. That will be the last drop off before we finally start to edge off and start working towards a more successful economy. Then we got all this other nonsense that's going on, right? So other countries are seeing that the US dollar has too much control and they see it as an opportunity now because we're having our issues that they can create their own. China, right? And over there, and their neighbor over there, Russia, right? So what's happening is they're getting together with all their other friends, right? All the other countries, and they're like, hey, let's create our own dollar. Let's trade with our own. Ooh. Let's use our own dollar. I like this. That's what's happening, right? So because of all that going on, it's really important now that U.S. really gets it together, right? We need to get it together. And that's what's happening aggressively with our dollar over here. And as a result, like we said, the housing market crashing, or is it, right? And the thing is it's not that it's crashing, right? There's a huge turnaround, and those who can buy are buying. Right? Now, the fact that the rates are adjusting, I find it all relative. And here's why. Because there's also a lot of people not working. So the people that could have and would have and did qualify before, I guarantee you there isn't a stat on this yet. But I guarantee you there are a percentage that did qualify that no longer can qualify, simply because they are no longer working. Profound, is it? Right? So I wrote the notes here. A week ago, 2 weeks ago, when I did the mortgage calculator on Google, it showed me 5.84%, 30-year fixed. Today, I searched it and it said 6.765. 6.765. What? Almost one whole point up. You round it off and it is, right? And 30-year fixed. So I'm like, what's happening right now? But when I go on Freddie Mac is telling me, hey, we're going to drop down to 4.99. All right, let me just find this right here. Bam. Freddie Mac, 4.99. 30-year fixed. I'm confused. What are we doing? Right? What's happening right now? So it's important that we all pay attention and we do things that are according to our budget. Like I keep telling you guys over and over and over, stick to what you can control, because what you can't control, guess what? You can't control it. There's nothing you can do about it, right? So why lose your minds over it? Why go, froggy over something like this? The market states high demand will continue and for longer, right? There's still going to be the high demand in buying property right now in the states where people want to buy more. That's a given. It's going to happen. So places like Florida, Texas, where people are scrambling to go to right now. Arizona's hot right now, and they're buying homes at extraordinary prices. That's going to slow down, but not as quickly as everyone thinks right now. There's still, and then as far as the investors are concerned, those guys are out there hot and heavy right now. They're buying out the smaller people and they're buying things cash still right now. So don't think for a second that it's going to change. It's not going to change for a while, okay? But that's not a crash, okay? What else did I want to cover here? When you're doing this live and you're trying to keep up with your notes, it's crazy. It's brain racking. It's like, I don't have any footage I can just switch back and forth to. Not right now. I wasn't able to put it together for you guys, or I would have switched over, maybe added a third video that shows the monitor or something froggy, to keep you guys entertained. I didn't do that. But yeah, listen, you know what? Here's the thing. So, moving forward right now, the big question is going to be, what should we make for dinner? No, I'm just kidding. No, so seriously, right now, what people are looking at right now is the difference between what they should hold on to and if they should sell, depending on their financial situation, right? So understanding that the economy is moving in the direction it is, and it looks like we're starting to stabilize a little bit, right? However, we're still at 9.9, right? So that's a problem still, all right? I don't know if we're going to continue moving in that direction or not. I can't give you that. I am not an economist when it comes to that. I am the commercial guy. That's my thing, right? And I'm all over the place today because I did so much scrambling as I'm working on deals, but I see what's happening and it's as clear as mud. Yeah. Which is why I'm so frustrated right now. This is probably the most frustrated I've been in a while when it comes to some of these deals, because I'm watching as people are so indecisive, and I'm telling them that you have to stop and just pay attention, right? If you're looking for a unicorn of a deal, you're not going to find that. You need to jump on with what it is that you have focused for your next 5 years, maybe even 10. I wouldn't get too crazy with it, but I would definitely tell you that sitting back on your hands and trying to figure out what the market is doing is not going to be the best decision. That's it, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you. Gonna turn off this switching mode. And I just want to be clear about what's happening right now. It's not easy times, right? It's not easy. And if you're going to panic, then you're always going to panic. So be stronger, hold tight, and pay attention. Don't be a wanderer. Pay attention to what's going on. It's really all I got. It's what I got today. It's crazy. I'm flustered. Normally I have more things good together for you guys today. It's just crazy right now. I'm not going to fall apart. I'm just a little upset that people are falling apart. You got to be resilient. It's really all it is. Thank you guys for checking in. Like, subscribe, follow, do all that great stuff. Like I said, it's not easy trying to go live and do this and give you guys killer information, but I got to do it. I got to do it because I enjoy this. See you guys. Thanks for checking in.